You're listening to the Fever Report with John and Michelle. On today's Fever Report, John and Michelle talk about the recent injuries that have led to losses that have led to a dire playoff situation. What the return of Caitlin Clark could mean, and is it even a good idea? And we finally get to John's conspiracy theory about the WNBA and the Fever and Caitlin Clark. Can't wait. Been waiting for that for about a week. We also talk about some other stuff like how great Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, Lexi Hall, and Natasha Howard have been through all of this. Just professionals. Sometimes we hate the WNBA, but we love this team.
Welcome to the Fever Report with John Robertson and Michelle Garmon. And here's your host, Greg Mengel.
Welcome, Fever fans, to the Central Indiana Sports Report for a special edition of the Fever Report, John's WNBA Conspiracy Edition. Before we get to all of that, John, Fever lose again. They go 0-2 against the Lynx at home and on the road. Two pretty good efforts that came up short, and things are getting pretty dire for the Fever, John.
Yeah, we knew coming into this, beating Minnesota, which is the best team in the league, we knew beating them twice was going to be a challenge, right? We knew that was going to be tough to do. There's flashes of, potential, right? We see them, both first quarters, they played really well, and they had the lead going into the second. It's just they don't have the depth. I really think that's what it comes down to right now, that they don't have the depth to hang for the full game. And I don't even know that and again, I love Caitlin Clark and I think she's super, but I don't even know if her coming back right now salvages the season.
Sure doesn't seem like the roster's good enough, Michelle.
No, it doesn't. I might be very shocked if Caitlin, I will probably be very shocked if Caitlin makes it back. Right now, you just hope that the Fever can hang on and make the playoffs. But you're right, John. It's just they have no depth. They don't, especially in the backcourt, in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's the big thing, though. They had the depth, but when you take 5 or 7 injuries, whatever the total number we've taken so far.
That's what I mean. They had it, but they don't now in the backcourt because that's where.
So even before signing Ari McDonald early in the year, we were talking about depth being an issue, and when you lose that many players, it just compounds.
Yeah, I don't think any team's going to survive and do well with that many season-ending injuries.
No one.
Oh, no. And that's what I meant when I said just hanging on because, they were positioned and were playing pretty well. Then losing the McDonald and Colson that was a crushing blow. Double blow.
And then Sophie, the next game. And I wasn't even sure if Sims was going to play tonight because she had a groin injury last game. So it's just been nonstop.
Here's the thing, though, guys. If Caitlin can come back, the schedule, they might even make the playoffs without her because there are a lot of winnable games left. There aren't a lot of games that you look at and say, oh, that's probably a loss. There are a few that they'll be underdogs for sure at Phoenix. But it is a navigable. You know what the word I'm trying to say, John?
Yeah, we could navigate this schedule.
That's right.
We just got to survive in Phoenix. We got to hope that people don't break more bones or I don't know.
Well, then we hate him back, Michelle.
Yes. Yeah, most definitely. I will say this, that the Fever still have a good chance to make the playoffs and are hanging in. Give big gold round of applause to Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston. If we would suffer with one of those two go out, then I'm not so sure that people could almost wave the white flag in playoff contention as they've gone through these injuries, especially with the last one to Sophie. They're continuing to grind real hard and play hard.
And let's not forget Lexi Hall. She's been great.
She's been hustling.
I can't
and
say
Natasha Howard.
I'm the biggest Lexi fan in the world, and I'm going to say offensively, she's not been as excellent as we would like.
Maybe lost without her.
But her defensive presence on the court and her hustle to create turnovers, it definitely impacts the game. I love Lexi. I do think I was actually happy to see they were talking Kelsey Mitchell on the MVP talks on the broadcast tonight. Three others, the other.
They got to make the playoffs, John, for her to be.
That's fine. But I just want her to be in the conversation. I don't even care if she gets it. I just want her to be in the conversation nationally, not just here and not just with us. She has earned to be in the discussion.
Yes.
I think Nafisa Collier is trying to get that title back because she looked great.
She came back, so that was good for the Lynx, right? Like getting your star player back at some point definitely is better than what we've got going on. It's
17th in the field house. The Fever beat the Sky 93-58, and we were all thinking, ooh, championship, right on the heels of what the Pacers just did. The Fever are going to win the championship, and man, it's just been a few months, and here we are just dejected about it.
I think it's just unfortunate luck.
It's no one's fault. No one's fault with the Fever.
No one on the Fever's fault. I'll tell you. There you go. It is what it is, and you take it with a grain of salt, and you know that all the haters are going to be talking like the entire offseason, so you're kind of mentally preparing yourself for that a little bit.
Good.
But we'll agree, but
an MVP level Kelsey Mitchell, an MVP level Aaliyah Boston, an MVP level Caitlin Clark. You're talking about the favorites going into next season. Just healthy.
You keep the roster together and everybody comes back healthy. I think next season we got a really good shot. You know, you can't have two best. Oh, you can, but it's unlikely to have two seasons with this level of luck back to back.
I agree. I know she's taken some heat from fans along the way. I think too. Give credit to Stephanie White and her staff for being able to keep. You don't hear her saying, "Whoa." Or wanting pity. She's just like next man up type thing, and the adversity, and she's so proud of the team fighting through the adversity. She's not using that to garner pity. Oh, I know she should, and I think it's great.
We all are.
But we've seen coaches that would go into it and maybe blame it all on officiating and everything. I will say this though, I was watching not just the Fever games, but I've been kind of watching some of the other games. And the WNBA, they've got more than just worrying about new negotiations with the Players Association. They are really going to have to do something with their officiating. It is so inconsistent. I forget the game I was watching the other night, but I was like, oh, this is just so sad. It's bad. It's just not consistent. What really a physicality they allow in some games or on some teams and not on the others.
They don't in the offseason. John, we've been teasing this for a while. You have a conspiracy theory about the WNBA and the impending lockout. It sounds interesting because with the WNBA, you just never know. Conspiracy theory away, John.
Well, I think at this point it's the conspiracy. We're never going to know. Like all conspiracy theories, we're never really going to know at this point because it's out of play, honestly, in my point, because it only mattered if the Fever were making a run for a championship. That being said, I firmly believe that several players had already agreed to keeping the lockout as a possibility if the Fever were making a run for the finals. Because the timing was just weird. If the players do choose to lock out, it's going to drastically affect the playoffs and Nafisa Collier and all these people who are invested in Unrivaled. I call that conflict of interest, but apparently lots of people don't think it is. But with that conflict of interest and everything else going on, I really felt like if the Fever were going to get the championship, that they were going to make sure the lockout happened, no matter what was offered to them. I think they were going to force it just to stop the Fever from winning, and so Caitlin couldn't get her championship this year. That's my theory. I truly think that was in the minds of some of the players and possibly the league office. So there you go.
The league office would just benefit so much from the Fever. I
agree. That's why I don't think the league office really wanted it to happen. I don't think that there might have been some people in the media or the league office that felt that way. But for me, it's more of the other players that have power within the union.
So then, according to you, there will not be a lockout because now the Fever aren't going to win a championship.
I think it's less likely now. I think it's less. I think there's still. I still haven't decided how much I think that the unrivaled owners and investees, because the people
It really is a conflict of interest,
right? And the people that are playing in the league, unrivaled league, have their partners within the league. They have ownership percentages or whatever. But the commissioners and the owners of the league are also like the presidents of the collective bargaining union. So I think they may want to lock out just for their own personal interests.
Yeah, John, I will say this. I only watched a little bit of Unrivaled only because there was nothing else on TV when I was flipping at times, and I did not like it. I didn't find it near as entertaining as it was. Right now, the WNBA is popular, whether people like it or not. It is mainly popular because of all the fans Caitlin Clark brought in. They're not all still lovers of women's basketball. There's a lot of them that still don't think women can play basketball or play it well.
But you're thinking like a rational person, Michelle. Like you're thinking like an outside of the situation rational person. The people that are the people who own Unrivaled, they've convinced themselves that they have more value than they do. They believe that if they can manipulate it, they will get the views, and they're not going to. That's the thing. I agree with you that they're going to shoot themselves in the foot if they try and pull something stupid. But like they're too close to the situation to be able to realize it. They're not thinking correctly.
Does everyone know that Caitlin Clark could start her own thing and just end the WNBA? Because she could.
Do you really think she could?
Yes, she could. No doubt in my mind.
Here's the thing.
Almost everyone would go with her eventually. It would win out over what no one else was watching before she came along.
Well, it would have to be with her and some other people that would know how to manage it. But
4-team league, Nashville, Iowa City, wherever else, Indianapolis, and wherever else, and start with Caitlin Clark and her friends, and the WNBA would be gone.
I think all of them would be gone fairly quickly. I think starting up a new league, like I agree with you that she's got the motion.
Barnstorm and it would outdo the WNBA.
She's got the motion that she could make it happen, but like starting a new league would take years to be successful.
Not if it was 4 teams and it was well promoted and it was Caitlin Clark. And people would want to watch, and they would have great storylines, and eventually everyone else would come because the WNBA would surrender.
Cost a lot of money, Greg. Money. You can't just pull it out. And Caitlin Clark has made a lot of money, but not enough to start a league and pay for all those overhead costs that you have when you do all of that.
Yes,
I mean, there are a lot of overhead costs. We don't think. Oh, yes, there are. There's travel. There's accommodations. There's uniforms. There's paying your staff. I mean, it's not.
Of course, there's also ESPN, Fox, ABC, NBC, and they are hurting for live sports packaging, and they could get it done freaking tomorrow. And they could have it started by next WNBA season in 4 cities. They could do it right now and ruin the WNBA. That's the truth.
4 cities is not enough.
Well, WNBA is going to ruin itself anyway.
Yeah.
That's all it would take. That's my point. If Caitlin Clark went away, that's all it would take for them to come begging, give us what you owe us. Nonsense.
I already think they've lost a large percentage of the new fans already because this season's just been so terrible. Like, I do think there's a percentage that's already gone, and they've blown the opportunity. Like, the league has blown the opportunity it had.
Yeah, it's really become a fever versus the WNBA league.
So just to real quick put it in perspective, I just remembered yesterday I was at a thing where they had a charity auction and they had one Colts package and one Fever front row package, right? Like in my head, I'm thinking the Fever package is probably going to go pretty good, and it definitely did not. The Colts package went for way more.
If Caitlin was a sure thing, it probably would have been different.
I also think it was the market. Like, you got to think about the people that were there. Like, car show people, are they definitely the same type as WNBA people and all that stuff? But
she has sold out every arena she's played in the WNBA. Wherever she goes is going to sell out. She could have a barnstorming league, and it would get millions of dollars from the networks and ruin the WNBA. She could do it right now.
Oh, I agree.
I don't care. They don't care.
My point was, we love the WNBA, and like what we said to Michelle about the Unrivaled, while we care about it, we feel like that's bigger than maybe it really is. I think the WNBA is struggling more than maybe most people think. Even though Caitlin Clark is carrying, I 100% agree with you that she's carrying.
Yeah.
If it weren't for her, there wouldn't be people that actually do follow the Fever.
Even
even
if
though
it
she's
wasn't
on
for
the
the
bench.
sinking ship of the WNBA, she could probably be successful and bring in money.
Yeah, no joke.
Yeah.
Oh, so back to what percentage do you think we get a lockout? I think we're at 60-40. There's still going to be a lockout.
I agree with you. I think it's something like that, and only that low because it would be so foolish to do it.
Yeah.
By the way, I said it seems like a Fever against the WNBA. I think the Liberty might be on the Fever side in that, which is why,
I think so too.
even though they're a New York City team, I'm now cheering for them to win the championship.
Yeah, same. I am too. It's a mess. Let's just go with it's a mess. The WNBA is a mess. It's going to take a lot for them to salvage.
I'm just glad they haven't messed
Well,
up.
the Fever haven't messed up the Fever. The league's trying to mess up the Fever.
I'm talking about the politics and the nonsense has not affected the Fever, and I'm grateful for that.
I agree, and that's the other thing too. You see all the people on social media like going how the people like Kelsey should leave and this and that, and everybody hates each other. And I'm like, no, I think from what I can see, the Fever love each other despite what all the idiots are saying.
Yes.
And I love that.
We love the Fever despite the WNBA, and thanks so much, John. Thanks so much, Michelle. Go Fever, get well, Caitlin, come back and take this league back. Thanks so much to John and Michelle. Always enjoys talking Fever with them and getting some conspiracy theories. The WNBA is really trying hard to mess up a really good thing with the Fever. It's odd. Thank you so much for listening. Please do us a huge favor and share this podcast with a Fever fan in your life and help spread the word that the Central Indiana Sports Report is here talking about Central Indiana sports every single day. The Central Indiana Sports Report is a product of ITG Media, and I love Susie.